Okay, so I'm going to make a card box with a lid for a game called Battleline. It's a card game. It comes with a really large box, and so I thought I'd make something a little smaller. So create sketch, pick the top plane, okay, then rectangle. I know that my box dimensions are 153 by 98. Enter. Gonna finish sketch. Extrude this 3 millimeters. That's the width of my material. Enter. Okay, now we'll make the front of the box. Create a sketch. Select this plane. Rectangle. We're going to start at that corner. We're going to go 153. And our height is going to be 30 millimeters. And enter. Rectangle. Now we're going to create our finger joints here. Let's go 15 by 3 is the width of our material. Rectangular pattern. Select these 3. Oh, come on now. Let's try that again. Rectangular pattern. Select your sides. Draw it out to the end. And let's go for 4. Enter. 4 tabs. So we've got 4 tabs there. Finish sketch. Extrude. And so we'll select 2 sides. Create a new component. And let's select our items to extrude. I'm going to select that direction, 3 millimeters, enter. Got a new component, let's rename that. Box front, enter. Okay, and I went ahead and created a component called box bottom from our body. And so now we need to make our cuts for this, and so we'll do combine, and we want to select cut, keep tools, select the bottom first, then this one, hit OK, and you can see we can move that and it's made our cuts for us. Control Z to go back. Okay, now we're going to create the sides. Create new sketch, select a plane, rectangle. Now this is going to be 98, 95. Okay. Tab. Now this is going to have to be taller than our front to accommodate our lid. So let's see. 36, 37 millimeters. Enter. We're going to create our box joint starting right here. So 3 millimeters by, let's go 8. Enter. Create a center line as a reference. Enter. Rectangle pattern. There, there, there. Bring this down. And hit enter. We're going to have to make these smaller. There. That's better. 5 millimeters. Now we're going to mirror these to the other side. Save this a little time. So select mirror line there. Okay, now they're mirrored across. Actually, I do not need to mirror these. Let's Control Z that. Now we'll make the bottom ones. Let's do 15 by 3. Enter. Those are a little large. Let's go 10. Enter. Create rectangle pattern. Drag that across. Let's go 4. Enter. Okay. Then we're going to finish sketch and extrude it inward. Okay, we're going to pick this, 2 sides, new component, select all the pieces, selected the wrong one. Let's try that again. Extrude, 2 sides, new component, there we go. That. There's our 4. We're going to select the other direction, 3 millimeters, and OK. Rename our component, box, side, enter. Okay. Now we're going to copy this to the other side. And so what we're going to do is right click that, copy. Now go up here to our origin point, whatever you'd call it, not sure what you call it. And then we're going to say paste new. And now we can move this. Now I know that I want my dividers to be 72 millimeters wide. No. Let's do that again. It should be minus 72. There we go. Put it where we want it. Hit enter. And then we're going to do that again. Copy. Go up here, right click. Paste new. And then we'll bring this one to the very edge, which we may have to zoom in a bit to get it exactly where we want it. There we go. Enter. Okay, and we'll fix this in a second, but let's make our cuts now. Combine, capture position, select the bottom here. Okay. Combine, select the bottom, middle. You can see it's making the cuts there for us. Combine, bottom. There we go. And now we need to make the cuts in the front also. That. Combine, front, middle. Combine, front. Now let's check them, make sure, yep, it did what we wanted. And it did. Okay. Now this needs to go down, and so what we can do is click extrude, select that face, and bring it down level with the rest of our box. Enter. Perfect. Okay, I actually made the box a little too short. I meant to make a little 15 millimeter compartment for the little tokens. And so what I'll do here is extrude this 15 millimeters. And I'll do that with the rest of them also. And I know that there won't be any box joint on that 15 millimeter part, but I think it'll actually be okay because I'll put it on the backs and in the little divider too. Yeah, because 15 millimeters isn't very much. So next I'm going to create the back. I create sketch, and so I'll show you what I mean. This will tie everything together. Rectangle. We're going to go to the inside, and we're going to go all the way up to meet this corner here. Needs to be perfectly lined up. There we go. Enter. And then we're going to make our finger joints. Or actually, let me do one other thing. Let me Control Z that, because so I actually have to back this up and put finger joints on it. And I'm going to have to back it up by 3 millimeters. Enter. And then we're going to have to put some finger joints on it. Okay, is that the one? Yep, that's it. Okay, and so we'll start here. Go 3 by, let's do 8. No, let's do 5. Enter. Create a rectangle pattern. 1, 2, 3. Slide that down to there. Enter. Finish sketch. Then we'll extrude that. We're going to go to the other side. And we're going to join these because we want it to be part of this. So -3. Okay, there we go. There's our finger joints we were looking for. It doesn't work. So we'll hit E for extrude. Bring that down and enter. Perfect. Make sure our cuts are made correctly. Okay, and they are. Good, perfect. Now we'll pop those back into existence. Now we'll create our next sketch on the back side. Rectangle. So go to the inside and then back to here. Come on now, there we go. Enter. And finger joints. So we'll do 3 by 5. No, by 8. That works. Enter. Rectangle pattern. 1, 2, 3. Go down. Enter. Create a line. Reference line. Escape. And then we'll mirror these. Select our mirror line. Okay, perfect. Okay, now we're going to do 10 by 3. Enter. Rectangular pattern. 1, 2, 3. All the way across. And let's do, what if I do 5? If I do 6, 6 looks good. Enter. Now we're going to finish sketch. And we're going to extrude that. Be sure to select everything correctly. Okay. Gonna be 2 sides. 2 sides. To select that direction. 3 millimeters, and that's going to be a new component. And okay. New component, rename. Box back. Enter. Looks good. So now let's make our cuts. Combine. Select the bottom, the back. You can see it's making it where you want it. There. That is not correct. You can see I selected the wrong order. So let's cancel that. Combine. There we go. Combine. Back. Okay, we'll move it up. Make sure. See, we forgot that one. Nope. Let's do that the other way. To the back in the middle. Perfect. Let's make sure. Made that cut. And it made those cuts. Perfect. Now we want a second divider in the box for our little tokens. So I was talking about. So we're going to go to our box back, right click, copy, come up here, paste new. We're going to move that 15 millimeters, hit enter. And we can rename that if we want. Divider. Okay, but we need it to be the same height as this. So we can extrude, capture position, and we're going to bring that down level. Okay, let's zoom in. Get it where we want it, right there, enter. Okay, now we're going to have to make some cuts for this. Looks good. Combine. Okay. Combine. I think that did it. Let me make sure. It did. Our holes did not quite cut completely. Not only that, we've got this slot, but we can fix this. Actually, okay, we're going to have to make the divider differently, and so what we'll have to do is M for move. Oh, that's not what I wanted. M, and we want to move components. This, we're going to move it up, straight up. Enter. We want to close these holes up. E for extrude. So just do that. Oh, no. There we go. And we got to unjoin. Same thing for this. Okay. Same thing for the bottom one. See if I can do it from here. Yep. Here we go. Enter. Now, we're going to have to do this divider here differently. And so the way to do that is, let me measure this, the height of this divider from there, come on, to there, 30 millimeters. I'm going to have to go down 15 millimeters and make a cut between these two, because that's the halfway point. So M for move. So we're going to move this down till it's sitting in place. That looks correct. Now M for move. We're going to move it up 15 millimeters. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to make a combined maneuver between the two. Let's see, it's making a slot for us. Now let's see. It did on that one. I did that. It made the cut there. So now what I have to do is hit M, move this back down in position, which that looks right. And now do the combine again. Nope. Let's go the other way with it. Right here, in here, then it's going to make the rest of our divider. Now you can see we have our slots there. Okay, so you can see that made all my cuts. I'm going to move that back into place. Okay, now I'm closing these off. E for extrude. Close these off, and now we have to make sure our cuts are made there. Okay. Okay. Let's pull it up, make sure, and it is. Okay, now we're going to make the lid. So we're going to create a sketch. Rectangle. It's going to have to track the inside of the box. So we'll start, let's get it right in the corner. We're going to go all the way to here with it. Okay. Perfect. Enter. We're going to extrude that. Finish. Extrude. 3 millimeters. New component. It. Okay. Rename that. Lid. Okay. Now we have to make some holders above and below this that will snap into this. And so, okay, so now we're going to create a sketch. We're going to create it on this face. And so we're going to make a rectangle. And what we can do is, let's see, let's just make it 3 millimeters wide. It doesn't have to be very wide. And tab 108. No. So it's 107. Okay. Now what we have to do is create finger joints here. So 3 by, let's do 10. Enter. Create a rectangle pattern. There, there, there. We're going to all the way down here. We need it to be right there. Let's go 6. Enter. And we might as well mirror this. Let's see if we can find, there it is, our center point has the triangle. Escape. Mirror this. I'm going to pause it while I mirror it. Alright, made these on both sides. We're going to finish sketch. Extrude. Got a lot to extrude. Nope. Let's cancel that. Extrude. There we go. It's trying to cut. We need new component. And you can hit Shift. Oh, no. That's not what I needed to do. Totally messing that up. Okay. Then the other side also. Okay. And we want that to be 3 millimeters. And that is correct. New component. Okay. Now, it needs to be flush with this. So we're going to rename that rails. Top rails. Okay. Hit M for move. We're going to move it up. And it will probably move the other one too. Enter. Okay, now we have to join this and then that piece. And so what that basically did was allow us to do this. This needs to be cleaned up a bit, which is pretty easy. Just extrude E backwards to cut those out all the way. -0.1. Yep. And so I'll pause that and do that. And just to show you can do them all at once, you just hit Shift. Okay, so now what we did, we obscured our lid there because now we need to make some rails below the lids for it to sit on. And so what we can do here is our top rail, right click, copy, go up here, paste new. Let's zoom in. We're going to bring some other rails right down here, and it's got to be level with the front of the box. That looks correct. We're going to hit enter. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side, so let me pause that. Okay, then I did it on the other side, so we're going to make our cuts on this. Just like that. And that. And that. And so we're going to move that out, make sure it cut correctly. Looks like it did. Control Z. Okay, we put our lid back if we want. See how it kind of looks. And you can see our lid would then slide out just like that. And if I made it correctly, there's about 1 millimeter of difference of clearance. And so that would hopefully be enough. So what I'm going to do is lay all these pieces flat and get it ready to export to a DFX file. Also, here's a tip on getting something to go flush with the bottom. So I moved it out, right? Then what I can do is click point to position, click a point, then go here to the position Z, put in a 0, enter, and it puts it flat on the floor basically. So to get ready for Lightburn, we're going to hit P for projection. Let's try that again. Okay. Now we're going to select a plane. Now hit Shift, and we're going to select everything on here to make a projection of it. I will pause this while I do so. Okay, so I've done that. Here's our projection. We're going to hit OK. It's got everything outlined in purple. Did we catch that? Let me make sure we did. Okay, that's okay. Now it did. So now we go to sketches, and it looks like we did capture all of it on the first one. So we will right click sketch 7, save as DXF. We will call this Battleline box, and we'll save it right here. Well, actually, let's go up here and Lightburn, board game stuff, create a new folder, Battleline, and we're going to hit OK, and we'll save it there. Pause this, and we should actually save this also. I should have done that from the beginning, to be honest with you. We'll close this up and open Lightburn. Okay, now we're in Lightburn. We're going to open desktop, Lightburn, board game stuff, Battleline, and we have to select all supported. There's our DXF file. Well, okay, so what I need to do is get the other one because that did not work. Okay, so let's open. All supported. And there we go. That's the whole thing. Perfect. And now what we can do is clean a little bit of this up. So sometimes you can join these shapes, sometimes you can't. So if you can't, what you end up having to do is selecting this little icon here and putting in your own points that you can cut from. And so looks like I made some duplicates. So I for insert, B for break. I for insert, B for break. You can click in the middle and see I've got it highlighted, and then you can cut it out. So I'm going to have to do that with all of these. So I'll pause that and do that. Okay, so it's all cleaned up now, ready to go, and all I have to do is put some sort of ornamentation on the box. Okay, so here's the final insert in Lightburn with the ornamentation on it. I also, this little area right here that holds the pawns, I had to widen that by about 5 millimeters. I messed up when I made it in Fusion 360. So I widened that 5 millimeters. I also had to widen the lid 5 millimeters as well as the sides. And so then we would just hit start and cut this and put it together.